Tom Clark. Dave
Yeah.
Brown.
Here.
Joe Atanasio.
Here.
Kathy Clark and Gleason. And Jeff Simonson. And I am here, and Kristen is here. Susie was not feeling well today. Real quick before we start, can I get somebody on the chat on Zoom to let us know how we sound? All right, thank you. All good.
Good. Terrific. Okay. Matt, let's go right into your report. You have a report for us.
Yes, let's dive. All the landscape, no bid. Tomorrow, so we can review them and see who we want to talk to for interviews. So wide variety of prices, obviously, when you go out to bid. So stay tuned on that one, guys. It's been a long process, but a good process and a healthy process. I'm going to jump down. You're going to see a few things on the agenda I'll just talk about really quick. But I have bad luck with pool heaters since I've been here. So far, we've had to replace last month the two for the outdoor pool. Last year, we replaced the one for the indoor pool, and now the one for the spa indoor needs to be replaced too. So there's only one left, guys. So only one left. So hopefully we don't have to do that for a while. We've been working very closely with the new restaurateur, Chris, getting everything in the kitchen equipment-wise up and running and moved around to where he wants it and everything. So it's taken a lot of time, but it's been a good process. He's very good to work with, and we'll give you a brief update later on in the meeting. As you I think everyone will be very, very happy. Like the pool. Also with Whittingham, we're looking at roof project again, another phase. We've gotten a bid already. We're working on a couple more, which hopefully we'll have in the next week or so, so we can give you more. One thing, I don't know if anyone got the email. We have a board election coming up. So call for candidates went out, the notice for the meeting and everything. The nomination forms are due back by August 18th at 4 p.m., please. So if you're interested, we can print a nomination form for you if you don't want to use your own. Also, I want to let everyone know, sent the email out about the $5 restaurant.
off down to the concrete. It's going to be replastered. We're going to put new borders on the pool, new tile borders. We're going to replace the tile back wall, the big large tile wall you see there. And I think you're going to like what we have an idea to do back there. And we're going to do the new coping around the pool, new filtration improvements. There's a lot of items. And we are putting finally a pool cover on it. Should have always been one on there. That's one of the reasons why the walls, we had to repaint it every year, because there was always problems with the peeling of the paint. So we're going to take care of a lot of issues with this, and we'll save $6,000 every year because we'll no longer need to repaint the pool every single year. So there's a lot of positive things to happen here, and we're doing it all within the money that we've been accumulating in the capital reserves as part of your monthly HOA fee. So there's no need for an assessment to make any of these improvements. We're doing it all within the money that you pay every month. So we've done a lot of homework on this. We had a series of bids, which Matt, I'm sure, can go into. But we did a lot of homework on this, and we really negotiated a very good price on this. And I'm really happy that we've got a reliable contractor that's going to begin this work right after we close the pool. They'll drain the pool right away, and they'll begin doing work on it, get as much done as they can this fall, and then they may even actually complete it. If there's any later work that needs to be done, it'll be done in the early spring of next year before we open the pool. So we should be in good shape for a pool season with no interruptions. Matt, you have anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, there's a lot of work being done out there. I'm sorry, Tom, I was monitoring the Zoom. We were having some sound issues, apparently. Did you mention that we're replacing a lot of the equipment as well in the pump room along with this?
Yes.
Okay.
We did.
So it's actually going to be beautiful. The colors are going to be awesome. You guys are going to be very, very, very happy.
Matt, do you have anything further you want to add in regards to the process we went through and the bids that we received and so on?
Well, it was a good bidding process. The bids, a couple of them were pretty close. One was much, much higher, and we actually really got a good bang for our buck, I think, with all the extras that are included with the American Pool proposal as compared to some others. Again, this is weather permitting. We're hoping to start exactly, a couple days after, if not the day after the pool closes. It's a good time to do it. I've done renovations in the springtime, and it's not good. It's too stressful. Trying to get it done in a month's time, sometimes with the weather and opening, it's not good. So we're picking the right time to do this.
Okay. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Anyone on the board have anything to say? Go ahead.
I do just want to make a comment about where the funding is coming from. As Tom said, it will come out of our capital reserve for WOA, but I want everyone to understand that what we did was because we wanted to beautify the pool, and it was about time to do that. We did pull it up a little bit. It was in the capital reserve study, and just so everyone knows, we gathered all the items that pertain to the pool, and we actually consolidated the numbers, and they were higher than what we are paying here. So that's a good thing. What that means is there is now money left over in our capital reserve for other projects. And I just wanted to let that be known.
Okay. Anyone else on the board have any comment on this? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Next item of new business is a proposal from Ransom Hydronics to replace the indoor spa heater for a cost of $6,280.21 to be paid for from the WOA Capital Reserve. Matt just pretty much gave the story on this. It's gone kaput. We had to replace it, and really, the reason why we've had so much problem, so especially on the indoor pool, is because of the salt. that pool was not really designed to be used for salt, but yet it was being converted and used as a salt pool when it opened up. The salt has done a lot of damage, and that's why all these major components of the pool in that room have failed. The salt just eats it away. So unfortunately, I'm sure the intentions were well why it was salt, transferred over to salt, but it was not built for that type of an operation. So there'll be some other things, I'm sure, in the future that'll probably hit us, but because of, that decision made many years ago.
Yeah.
But, we'll deal with it as it comes along.
And Tom, can I jump in real quick? We lucked out with the outdoor pool heaters because they were actually located in South Jersey at a supplier, so we were able to get them pretty fast. This heater was not available locally, so it came from Minnesota. Minnesota of all places.
They need heaters out in Minnesota, so they keep them in stock, I guess. Next item is a proposal from LDI Connect to lease 3 new copiers for a monthly cost of $697.22 to be paid from the WOA operating account. I'm going to turn this over to you because you've got a lot of history on it, Matt, and let everyone know how we got to this point.
All right, so how we got to this is we have an awesome IT company that we work with. He pretty much knows everybody everywhere in every business, I've found out. So he's got a lot of direct contacts with the copy companies, manufacturers, distributors, everything else. He basically helped us go out to bid for this stuff, and he negotiated with pretty much everybody, Canon, Sharp, Direct. I forget some of the other brands. But he did a great job. We had 6, well, we still have them in the building. We had 6 copiers. We only need 3. Only 3 are being used. So this is going to bring us from 6 down to 2, and we're going to save over $1,400 per month with a new lease for brand new equipment. So that's a pretty big savings. The really interesting thing about our IT guy as well is he actually gave us a full report with all the comparisons, all the recommendations from him, everything. It was like, what was that, like 15 pages he sent us? I mean, very thorough job. And he's been working on this for about 4 or 5 months, back and forth with these guys, trying to negotiate better. So I'm really happy with what he got us, and I'm really happy with the savings, and happy to be getting some new equipment, because we're starting to get some failage with the 5-year-old machines we have, so.
Does anyone on the board, Kathy, you want to have a comment on this?
Yeah, just to let everyone know, we had 6 copiers, and that was because we had a much larger staff working in the offices prior to this board coming in. So we don't need 6, as Matt indicated, we only need 3, so we are going to be saving money every month.
Yeah. And there'll be new reliable copiers. So, every so many years you do need to upgrade that type of equipment in a heavily used office. All right, so any other comment on the board? Jay, you like to say something?
Yeah. This is going to cost us thousands of dollars over the next few years. My proposal is to buy the machines one time and save homeowners thousands of dollars. So I don't go along with renting a machine for all these years. One time we can save thousands of dollars by just buying them, and we have them forever. So I would prefer that we buy them rather than rent them.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, this was discussed in our executive session. Mr. Ressler feels that we should be buying them outright. It's for one of the same reasons why we didn't buy the gym equipment. We leased it because it comes with servicing. It's a much more reliable source. It's a heavily used item, and you need reliability. And I'm not fond of buying old equipment and having to rely on it and then have a service person come in to take care of it. In the long run, it winds up costing you more money. So we discussed it through. Jay has his opinion on it. I think the rest of the board is in favor of basically entering into this new lease. We are saving $1,300 a month. So it's a substantial savings. We've just have a disagreement on this particular issue. Anyone else on the board have any comment? Okay. So we'll put that on and we'll deal with that next week. All right, going on to the next item, which is not on your agenda, but I wanted to bring this up at this point because everyone should know what's going on in your community, and that's our fiduciary responsibility to let you know what's happening. Shortly after we came onto the board, we were noticed and notified that we had some activity going on within our banking system that was not authorized. So we absolutely took some procedures to make sure that we safeguarded everything. And through a further investigation, we found out that former employees of the organization went into the banking system and took a total of $68,000 out. And it was all part of an effort to get what they felt they were entitled to get. The board did not authorize that. So we did contact the proper authorities in regards to this issue. It was investigated for nearly a year, and we then got a comment back from the authorities that they felt that it was more of a civil matter instead of a criminal matter. So we took the issue back and gave it over to our attorney, who reviewed our insurance policy. And the insurance policy for the employee dishonesty clause, which is in that insurance policy, was investigated by the insurance company based on everything that we had given the authorities, and they agreed with us that the money was improperly taken out, and they actually paid the claim of $68,000 that we lost, minus a $25,000 deductible. So we have we received approximately $43,000 from the insurance companies for the loss that we had. The board is not going to have any further comment on this because we're not quite sure where the insurance company is going with their investigation, and we don't want to jeopardize any ability for them to pursue this matter in another court or another avenue to try to recoup the funds. So we just wanted you to know what was been going on and where this $43,000 suddenly fell out of heaven and came onto our sheet here. You should know, because we're here to let you know what's going on. There's another good news story to this story. A number of years ago, there was a class action lawsuit placed in the state of New Jersey against Blue Cross Blue Shield. Maybe some of you through your own private policies are aware of this. There was an overcharging by Blue Cross Blue Shield to policyholders, and as a result of that, we were able to get an additional refund of $12,277. So that's an additional amount of money we just got a check for from Blue Cross Blue Shield as a settlement to this lawsuit. So I'm going to give it over to Kathy. She's going to basically give you some idea, what goes on when we receive this kind of money, and basically give you an idea where your money's going that we're receiving. Okay, Kathy.
Okay, so on both items, they were or relate back to 2024. So it is very likely that we will deposit that money in, and they are both related to WOA expenses. The expense was from the WOA operating account, so they will be deposited back into the WOA account. We are working with our accountants and auditors to determine whether or not we can actually place it, offset the expense for 2024, as opposed to putting it in 2026. So we're still working on the details for that, but everyone should know it's a nice sum of money. It certainly will bring up our balances, and hopefully this never ever happens again.
Thank you. Any other board member have a comment on this? All right. So we'll move on, and we'll hopefully, as Kathy said, never have to experience this again. All right, Kathy, do you have any financial updates for us? Yeah, these buttons aren't working.
Yes, I do. But before I go into the financials, I just want to talk about one of our long-standing members of our Budget and Finance Committees, both of them, the WOA Committee and the Greenbrier Committee. Richard Diamond, who served on both committees for 14 years, passed away early in June. And after 14 years of service, any resident who serves our community for 14 years, as far as I'm concerned, it is extremely important to recognize. So I would like to take at least a moment of silence for someone who has served our community for so long. His expertise and the time that he devoted to us was invaluable. So. Thank you, Richard.
Okay. Thank you, Kathy.
So just on financials, we received our May financials and distributed them to our Budget and Finance Committee. We did not have a meeting this month, so there is really nothing to note. We will have a meeting next month in August, second week of Thursday as always, and we will be discussing our June financials. I think as we approach the end of the year, things start to sort of get into place, and we'll know better what our finances look like and whether or not we need to report anything. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kathy. All right, let's go on to our next order of business. Restaurant update. Well, Matt kind of, gave you a good insight of what's going on. We met again last week with him. Matt's been seeing him pretty regularly as his staff is coming in, getting the restaurant set up to open. But it does appear he's going to be opening the restaurant, as he said, in the beginning of August. It'll probably be the first week, which is a Tuesday, which is August 4th. So he's looking anxiously to serve our community. I think you're going to really be happy with it. He's got a really great staff of people he's put together to take care of that restaurant. So we just have to support him. So I think you're going to like the food. We've all tested the food here, so we know what it's like. It's good. And the pricing is excellent. So I think we may have a winner here. So let's hope so. And he'll be here, a number of years. He has over 23 locations, as he's told everyone. And in many of his locations, he's in it over 15 years. So he builds a long-term relationship with the people he does business with. So we're hoping for the best. So it's not too far away. So those who really want the restaurant will have it soon. All right, let's move on to the next item, which is the open forum. Anyone would like to come up to the microphone and have any questions? Please feel free. Hi, just press the button. Press the button. Make sure it's working.
That's the button. Oh, there it is. Hi, I'm Stefan Besterman, 5 Dawson. Thank you, everybody. I love the pool update, love the restaurant update. Thank you for those. What was weird is my wife and I went away one day, 5 Dawson, came back a day later, and there's a yellow no parking zone in front of our house. And I was like, I thought that was a little strange. So asked around, and I guess after all this time, 25 or however long, now it's a risk. So, okay, the yellow line's there. So my question is, what is the criteria that now is being applied across the community?
What is your address again?
5 Dawson. And I feel like
Dawson.
we're the only one. I'm bored. I just retired 6 weeks ago, so I had plenty of time. I drove through the whole community. I could not find another
non-fire hydrant or non-intersection,
Yeah.
no parking zone. So I was like, wow, I feel singled out.
Matt, can you, I mean, obviously, it's the Greenbrier Board who made the decision on that, but Matt works with the Greenbrier Board, so maybe Matt could help you with your question.
Yeah, that was a Greenbrier board decision. I'm going to have to get Susie to get in touch with you because she was handling that a little bit more with them, but I know they were looking for, most of the criteria.
Susie kind of brushed me off. I went and asked about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the board decided. And I'm like, well, it would have been nice if, somebody let us know. But I'm wondering, is anybody else going to get a special no parking line? Since now
answer
there's
that.
a risk?
I can answer that.
Okay,
I live in Wellington Place in Greenbrier,
okay,
and if you make the right turn onto Wellington Place,
okay,
and there's people parked on both sides of the street,
okay,
you can't see a truck or a car coming up the other way.
okay,
I've had instances myself where I've made the right, and there's an Amazon truck coming right at me, and I couldn't see him because there's two cars parked on both sides of the street. And to your point, the yellow line on Wellington Place was also extended last month on both sides.
okay, so there's one on Wellington and one on
Now,
Dawson?
you're not being, you're not being punished,
That
trust
just
me.
seems a little,
It's a matter of sight.
I get it, but 25, have there ever been any accidents? Or,
Preventative is part of the cure.
I know, but it's weird,
I
25
get it.
years later,
I get
cars
that.
are smaller.
The streets are very narrow here.
I think a lot of the
Ours
things
is
that
30
happen is
feet, I
based
think.
on other complaints from other residents about that particular location and site concerns and
So,
safety
okay, so
concerns.
can anybody who has a problem with somebody parking, can we just complain about it and they'll get their own no parking spot?
Again, I don't want to speak for Greenbrier,
That seems a little,
but we have a
That's
joint
what I think
we have a
happened.
joint meeting next week. If you would like an answer from the board on that, I advise you to come to
yeah, I
the
was hoping to
joint
get
meeting
that here, but I guess wrong
and
board.
ask them that question, or, try to reach out to the,
But is anybody else getting, so will there only be 2 of these in the entire community? So it's like,
We actually have a bunch over on Birmingham that they did
I
last
don't know how
year as
far
well.
they went.
I know Chichester's been begging for them, they can't get one, and yet I got one without asking, so,
Hi.
but, okay.
I live on Dawson also. Both ends of Dawson have the yellow lines on them. A few feet from where the spot you're talking about, where it goes on to Brighton, all those curves are painted. So it's not just your
Curves,
it's all the curves
intersections.
all over are painted.
I get it. Intersections are painted, fire hydrants are painted. I guess there's one special one on Wellington, there's one special one on Dawson. I'll go wherever you tell me to look, but I've been driving through, I can't find any.
We'll go Wellington
Wellington.
Place.
Okay, so there's 2 in the entire community, I'm just lucky?
No, more than that.
Birmingham has a whole bunch over on Birmingham as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Name and address, how you doing?
I want to thank the board for the job they did with getting us our restaurant. I apologize in advance. I've been on vacation, so my question might be redundant. Alan Schwartz, 19 London Drive. Thank you, Joe. I got the email today about the $5, and I don't know how you came up with the $5 and giving this gentleman $96,000 as opposed to having the $20 or $30 per family. And my thinking was that $20 or $30 was better because one of the things we have to do here is, and I agree with you, Tom, is we have to support this restaurant if we want them to be successful here. And one of the ways of getting people into that restaurant was that fee versus just plain out handing him a whole bunch of money. But I do commend you for the job that you did in getting somebody in here.
Okay. All right, thank you. What? Yeah, well, there's not a credit. I think we.
I understand that.
Okay. So, I mean, his price, if you go there once, you got your $5 back. If you and your wife go there, you got your $5 back.
It's not even really a matter of that. It's more my concern is I've seen it happen here. I've been here a long time, probably almost as long as you. People do not patronize this, whatever restaurant we had there. And that's been a
That's
concern.
the problem with anyone who comes in here, I mean.
But again, we'll just have to see how it plays out. And
Yeah, I've got high hopes for him. He's a successful businessman. He has a great business model. He doesn't have 23 locations because he didn't know what he was doing. And he's actually going into the HOA communities now, and just like he does in the Class A buildings that he goes into, and he's in many of them for many years, he's applying that same model to us. So for $5, I think he did a fantastic job.
I'm not questioning the amount of money at all. I just,
All right.
hopefully, with his experience, he'll do things to generate the pull for the people to get them to come in here and realize it's an asset
I think he
for
will,
us.
and I think he'll
Thank
be
you.
happy. Thank you. Thank you for your comment.
Hi, my name is Ken Salzinger. I live at 46 Westminster Drive. Is there a contract between you and the new restaurant owner? And if so, where is it?
Yes, we do have a contract. It's a lease agreement that we have with them, and it's on file in the manager's office.
So I have to go to the manager's office to get that. Okay. Is he paying rent?
No, he does
No,
not pay
he's
rent.
not paying rent, all right, like everybody else. All right. If he does outside catering, who gets the proceeds from the outside catering?
He does.
Oh, he does, but he's using our facility
Yeah.
for outside catering.
Right.
Excuse me?
Listen, you have to understand one thing, sir, is that the reason all these restaurants have failed, and people want the restaurant, we put it out for a vote, so people told us they wanted it. The reason
I
these restaurants have
understand
failed is
what the vote
because they're not able to make money, because there's not enough traffic if you are in a parking lot that has, on a main road. It's not that kind of traffic in there, so you have to have an incentive for them to come in, because then no one's coming in here to lose money. So this is the only way, and all the HOAs work this way. All of them do.
I'm not arguing about the $5. That's not my issue. I'm arguing about using our facility to cater outside. It's not,
That's been in existence for no matter who's been in here.
we haven't had, who else has been catering outside?
They all were. They all were. The one who was in here, the last one before the greenery, that's what he basically made his money on. He was only open 2 hours a day here, and he was running a catering business out of the kitchen.
And so, go ahead, Kathy.
I'd like to make a comment, though. He has a huge catering facility, 8,000 square feet, from which he does his real catering. In our discussions, what he said to us is if someone local needed some catering, he's not going to send it to his 8,000 square foot facility. He's going to work what he can. If he's here on a day that his restaurant is open, he's going to work from here. I don't think his intention is to use our facility to make money. I think his intention is only to try to fulfill whatever services he can. He's already been hired to do some of our events for some of our clubs. So, that for sure, he's going to use our premises.
All right. The man is getting a $96,000 slush fund up front, whatever it is.
Well, that's a hard word, a slush fund.
Well,
That's a hard
to
word.
me,
It's a hard
it
word.
is. Well, you may think so, but in my opinion, we, as long as I've lived here, we've never had to pay, all right? And that is perhaps why the
Well, we have restaurants in here where we were paying $15 a month to have them in
Well,
here.
I wasn't in favor of that either, but the $15 you could use at the restaurant, yes or no?
Yeah, only for 1 month.
2 months, I think they
Yeah. Well, listen, the fact is, he's offering low prices, lower than anyone. $22 just an example, a chicken parm, go down to Romeo, it's $22. He's going to charge $18.95.
But Romeo also pays rent.
I understand that, but he does a hell of a lot more business than he's ever going to do.
But there are three
Yeah.
prime overheads.
You're not understanding.
Right,
You can't operate a restaurant if there's not enough business, enough traffic coming into the
I
restaurant.
understand.
So that's the dilemma we have here.
I, too, have been associated in the food service industry,
Okay.
so I'm well aware
All right.
of what needs to be done.
All right, well, all right, so, okay, we understand your position. Go ahead.
All right,
What else?
I don't want to belabor the issue. I have one other question. Normally, we would receive emails regarding shredding in the community. I have yet to see one in the last year.
Well, we don't run that, it's run by the county. And
Sorry?
We don't run the shredding program, that's done by the township or the county.
I understand that, but we get notified when it's being done, and we have not received the notification.
I don't,
Yeah, but that was the spring. Did I get a notification of when it happened? No. There's another shredding in the
That's
fall.
tolerated by the
at
township.
Thompson Park. Yes or no? All I'm asking is for notification. Nobody told us.
if the county tells us, we will tell you.
Okay.
That's
Thank
simple. I don't know.
Ann Matisoff, 116 Birmingham Lane. The office upstairs that stores all of those machinery. Me? I know how to talk. Okay, there's a room upstairs that used to be the accounting office, I believe, that was filled with machinery. Are we selling this stuff, or is it just going to lay in that room?
Equipment that we currently have, that will be given back to the company at the end of the lease. The copiers, that's theirs. There's a lot of stuff being stored in that large room right now, which is not necessarily things, it may have been things that we've purchased. There's some old desk in there, there's some other office equipment in there, but nothing that we're leasing or anything like that. It's stuff that we had purchased.
If we can sell it, there'd be an extra room.
We could, and it's a good point, it is an empty room. But the problem here is I have nowhere to store anything. You know how tight this building
I
is.
know. It's just a room sitting there. That's what I'm saying. Even for you to store stuff, shouldn't be stuff like that. These are machines. I mean, you peek in, you can see this is
Okay.
a lot of
Your
stuff.
point's well taken.
If you could sell it, sell it.
Well, I can address that real quick. I mean, when the equipment gets out of there, there'll be a lot more room, but I've actually tried to sell a couple of the desks and things, and I got one bite in a couple months. It's very difficult to try and sell some of that stuff.
Hi, Tybee Lapkin, 2 Halifax Drive. I do agree with Jay that leasing it for $600, over $600 a month seems really excessive. Copiers are very inexpensive, and yes, they don't have a long life, but it would seem to me that what we would be spending, now again, this is off the top of my head, and I'm sure you've done research, but I wonder if Jay's point needs more consideration. But
All right, well, Jay has something. I do want you to know that, Matt, can you give an example of what is included in this lease? I mean, as far as the toner, the paper, and everything that goes along with the
Yeah, I mean, we buy the paper, not a big deal, but all the toner, all the service, if we have a problem, we call them, and they can be here within an hour to fix it. All that's included in the lease, hooking it up, and they're actually the ones that will be taking the old ones out and bringing them back to the leasing company we got them from, which is a pretty good value because we had a couple of the companies wanted $1,500 just to get them out of here and take them back. So they're including everything in here. So I think it's a pretty good deal.
okay, I trust you on that. But I want to add to what Alan said about the restaurant. I love that we're going to have a restaurant. I understand that we have never been able to support a restaurant. What I see as a problem with your solution is it's not going to bring people in. If we offer them a credit, they'll come in and use their credit, and then hopefully they'll appreciate the restaurant. I think if we're just charging them a fee, that they're not, you won't have an incentive for people to come in. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Seeing no one else, I will close the forum, and we'll go to Zoom. Matt, what do you have on Zoom?
I think we covered a lot of it with the discussions about the $5 fee. That came up, and I think we talked about that. Some people asking about the hours. We'll publish that when we have the opening date, but I think he was telling us 10 to 3 most days, Tuesday through Saturday, and he was going to do a couple dinners on Thursday night and Saturday night.
Correct.
Once we have all that finalized, we'll send that out. I think it was on his menu, too, I believe, that we sent out.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Someone was, I guess someone missed part of our report about the restaurant. Basically, quick recap that we've been working with him to get everything configured where he wants it and all of our equipment in the right spot and everything up and running. And looking, like Tom said, probably August 4th would be the opening date.
Okay.
And I think that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt. All right, getting to the item 12, which is an adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion. Moved by Jay, second by Kathy. All right, thank you all. Appreciate you all coming. Thank you. I'll wave to you.